Welcome to The Exclusive. I'm your host, Sharon Tharp. I have a very fun guest today. I feel like it's been a minute since we've heard from him, so I'm really happy to welcome Big Brother 13 alum, Lawon Exum. Did I say that right, Lawon?
Yes, you did.
Okay,
Yes, you
well,
did. You
welcome to the
did.
podcast.
Thank you. I'm honored. I'm
Thanks,
honored.
Lawon. Thank you. I'm honored to chat with you. I just told you before we started recording, I've gotten a lot of requests to chat with you, so I'm very excited about this. And yeah, well, the first thing I always ask is, and I looked this up, it's been, I think, 13 years since your season. Is that
Yes,
right?
it has. It's been 13, season 13. Isn't that something?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And give us the life update, like the general life update since then. I know it's been a while, but
No, I'll be honest with you. My life has been incredible. It has. I mean, I have to say, I mean, when we were on Big Brother, there was no social media.
yeah.
So when we got off, there was Facebook and there was Twitter, and
Hmm.
our Twitter accounts were made, and it was just like, what is this? What is Twitter? What is And so it was amazing because we were able to interact with the fans and all that, and it was a great experience for me. And then I was already working in the entertainment industry, which
Hmm.
was not supposed to be told when I was on the show. Let's just
You were
say
a
that.
file clerk, weren't you, or something?
Yeah.
File clerk?
File clerk.
Got
But
it.
yeah, but I actually was a paralegal. I was a paralegal
Okay.
at a studio, and it was just great. And so after I got off the show, I mean, my career soared basically. And so I was able to do certain things and projects. Of course, me being known for my socks, I got a lifetime of socks.
Yes.
So I was able to do different sock promotions, and I had a billboard on Sunset Boulevard. Um,
Amazing.
and it's been great times for me. But recently, I went back to school and I got my master's in communication management and in journalism. And
Oh,
so
awesome.
I was already radio and television, and that was my undergrad. And so I went to USC. Fight on, fight on, and I was able to get into. I got in for a little bit. I got into the um, journalism world in Columbus, Ohio.
Mm.
Great experience though, but it wasn't my forte because I was doing a lot of you know the real not entertainment at all, which is my forte, and so
Mm-hmm.
I had to get back into what I love. And so now what I do is I am an entertainment and news media director for a nonprofit organization called Disability Belongs. And what we do is we, since I'm an entertainment news media director, we try to increase diverse and authentic representation of disabled people in media, so people with disabilities are seen for what they can do instead of what they cannot do. And so anything that you may see when it comes to representation of different ethnicities and underrepresented communities, disabled, seen or unseen, more than likely it's probably we done helped and tried to advocate for them to have the representation be.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I love that. So I go back to all the different studios I worked with and all that and make sure that representation matters. And you know, NDA, I can't say all the different
Yeah.
things I've worked on, but what I can say is that I'm in the entertainment business. It's been 32 years as of 2 months ago. I've been in the
Wow.
business for 32 years. A lot of people can't say that. You know, a lot
Do
of
you
people can
think,
say,
sorry, do you think the business is getting better since I know CBS has made some changes and some other networks, but do you
I,
think we're moving in the right direction or we're not even close?
I think we're moving in the right direction, but I feel like as far as representation on different TV and film projects, we have a long way to go.
Yeah.
And that's why I think I'm the great person to be that cheerleader and that voice to make sure that you know we get it done. I mean, it's taking some time, and it's going to take some time, with diversity and all that. But I really feel that it'll happen eventually.
Of
But it's
course.
just
I
good
mean,
to
let's hope.
let's hope. But it's just good to. I mean, I've been through all the changes of all the entertainment industry facets, from reality shows to the music industry when it came to streaming, and now this with the AI. And it's just, I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
blessed to even have a job. Just to put that out there. I mean, especially in the entertainment industry. So
Yeah.
that being said, that's what my life has been like. And I mean, Big Brother was a big part of me really like soaring in like what I want to do, because people saw who I was. I mean, and it
Yeah.
was just like, you know,
And you
just
made a lasting impression, which we will talk about.
okay.
But wait, first I want to know, because I always love to ask players who it's been like a while, because I'm sure once you got out of the house, you were being recognized very often. But I'm curious, like, have you ever come across people like recently or in the last few years that are like, "Hey, Lawon from Big Brother, is that you?" Does that happen every once in a while, or is it
It
like kind of
does.
died down? It does.
It does, because again, like you said, I think it just depends on the fans. But I mean, like just recently in the airport, I was getting my ticket on TSA, and somebody was like, "Wait, you
I know
on
you.
Lawon?" I was like, "Yes." It's like, "Oh my gosh, can we take a picture?" I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." But I mean, I love it. I mean, I
Yeah.
mean, it's different per se now for people who be on there now. Which I'm be honest with you, I don't know. I mean, even just having the fans on social media platforms, that is a lot. That was a lot for me going, but I can't imagine now like million followers and 100,000. I mean, I just think that's a lot. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I always say this, and I would say this to the day I die. I think Big Brother has the best fans. I do.
Oh
Because
wow.
they
Okay.
show us love. I mean, come on. It's been 13 years and they still show me love. And I mean, I could go to different work events or go anywhere, or sometimes people will talk to me and they'll be like, "Well, I just wanted to say to you, I was a fan of yours on Big Brother." Like I've been in meetings and I'd be like, "Okay." And I think for me, it's humbling. It is, because
Yeah.
it's. I mean, I was on a show that never thought I would ever be on the show. It was my first time ever trying out to be on the show, and to make that impression on people. And I mean, we can get into it too, but and some of the things that I did on the show, and some things that people, they would tell me that, because you said this on the show, or because you had this discussion on the show, you saved my life, or you made me realize that I could be okay. And that's what keeps me like, Big Brother fans are the best, because I guess even when I go to finale parties, or even the premiere parties, and fans
Mm-hmm.
come up to me new and old, they'll tell me certain things that they found out when they watched my episodes or they watched the season, and they'll be like, "You are the best," and like, "You're a legend." I'll be like, "I was just being myself." So I don't know. It's
I
just
know Big Brother fans like we get a bad rap sometimes. Of obviously there's a portion of the fans that can be a little crazy. But I had the same sort of experience. Obviously not on your level, but even just me going to the premiere, people saying really kind things about the podcast. Like, yeah, I think there's we get a bad rap, but there's a lot of really great Big Brother fans out there.
they are. I mean, like I said, I know some people, they put their summers on hold just to watch us.
Basically, yep.
Yeah, and I mean, live feeds and just everything. I'm just like, wow. And
Mm,
for them to just still like you're saying, they just come up to you and be like, "Thank you," or just come up to you and want to take a picture, or I post to you, or I'm the one that DM'd you, and it's just it's rewarding to me, because I feel like,
yeah.
you know a lot of people don't get that chance. And then some people that do get that chance, I don't know. I just feel like I owe it to the fans to show them love when I see them, or just, stop and take that picture with them. I feel like I owe it to them, because I
I love
wouldn't be
that.
that personality or that person that was in the house if it weren't for them watching. So
Yeah.
that's just my perspective. I can't speak for everybody else, but yeah.
No, yeah. And I want to talk about how you got in the house. I would love to hear just a little bit about how you got cast in that process. You said you applied. Talk to me about that because I don't think I know the story.
Oh, okay. Well, it's the true story. Um, me and one of my friends were going to a restaurant, which we always go to, and I forgot, it's so long ago. We're going to a restaurant where they were closed for brunch that Saturday due to they were having auditions for Big Brother. And
Hmm.
I was like, "Oh!" And it was only like 5 people in line, and it was like, my friend was like, "You should stay." I was like, I'm not gonna get in. Look at all these. I said 6 people, 5 people in front of me already. They got their headshots. They're dressed, they're ready. And I started talking to them, and most of them have been trying to apply every year. And I
Mm.
was like, but you know what? Let's do it. And so I stood in line the whole day until they opened those doors, and then they brought us in They brought us in at 6 at a time, actually. And so I was that 6th person in front of the casting directors at the time, and everybody was like, talking, and someone, and I was just sitting back like, okay, I'm just okay. And so all of a sudden, one of the casting directors was like, so I'm gonna be honest with you, why should we put you on Big Brother? And I told them the story about my grandfather. Me and my grandfather would watch Big Brother, and that my grandfather loved Evil Dick. He really did. This is hilarious.
And then you end up in the house with them.
And they were like, and I said, but I'll be honest with you. And I told them why I was there, and I told them why I stayed. And I was like, but to be honest with you, now that I'm here, if I was to be on Big Brother, I already know that I would be the best dressed person, that no one would probably vote me out, because you know why? Me and them would be getting along because of my personality. And he cracked up, and it was like, go on, go on. And before the end of the day, everybody was going out like it was done. One of the cast directors ran up to me and was like, Lawon, we just want to let you know you're going to the next level.
Nice.
And from there, it just went on and on and on. And I finally got able to, they finally, at the last audition,
Yeah.
the last round, we were I was just auditioning, just talking about myself again. And yeah, they were just like,
yeah, I was gonna say, do you remember seeing anyone in casting that ended up on the show with you?
no. That
No.
was another
Okay.
thing. I didn't know. I did not. I didn't see no one that was no. And then
Interesting.
before I got the parking lot of CBS Studios, I got a
Call.
call from they were like, just want to let you know, your summer's going to be with Big Brother. And I
Very
lost
exciting.
it. I lost it. I lost it because I was like, my first time trying out, and it was just, it was great. It was just,
Well,
yeah.
you're a fun, character, person, so like that makes sense. Listen, wait, so when you get on, so you're cast on the show, you're like getting ready to go. Did you have a strategy going in, or were you like, let me just get in there and adapt and see what's up?
Okay, it's funny you say that. I didn't have a strategy, and I wanted to go in there and I wanted to get adapted because, like I said, I knew I was going to have no, my family, my friends, nothing, but these strangers that I didn't know, nobody, that was going to be in the house. And I said, I'm going to adapt, because when you walk across that threshold, and everybody could tell you, your mind snaps. And I know you don't think about what you will probably do or what you're not going to do, because you don't even know the people that you're going to be with. And the game changes drastically so much. I mean, look how it changes from the years I've been on it.
Yep.
So you don't even know if your gameplay wants to be this way, won't be that way for that long, because you're going to switch it up. So no, I didn't.
Were
I
there
know
were
I didn't have no
were there
strategy, but I did know when I first got in the house who I
Yeah.
wanted to work with.
Yes,
And
that was gonna ask you.
okay. And that was the funny thing, because before we went in the house, I saw Dominic,
Mm-hmm.
and we locked eyes, and it was just like, and that's when I knew that me and him was going to be brothers for life. We really did. And that's our story. I'm going to stick to it, because he'll probably tell you the same thing. He'll be like, we and him locked eyes. And so we wanted to work, we wanted to work together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Because
well,
remember,
obviously.
ours was set up with, remember, it was partners.
Oh,
Remember
I know. Yeah, you were with Kalia, weren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
really quick, because every fan is probably screaming at me, but like they always love to know, who do you still talk to? Who haven't you talked to since the show? Like anyone you still catch
Okay.
up
Here's
with?
the funny part. I basically no, seriously, here's the funny part. I talked to everybody from our show, but I'll have to say the closest people I really talked to would be Dominic.
Mm.
Dominic and Adam. Adam, and yeah, Dominic and Adam. I mean,
Okay.
them are my boys. Them are my brother booze. They're my brother booze, I call them. But also, um, Jeff and Jordan.
Okay.
I
Yep.
talk to them all the time. Yeah, Jeff and Jordan, and Keith.
Keith. Oh my God, Keith.
Oh yeah, Keith and Keith, and I
I
said
gotta
in my
find
time,
Keith.
yeah, you got to find Keith. You have to find Keith. Oh, well, yeah, you have to find Keith.
Oh,
But
Keith.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's who I talk. I talk to the most, and I mean, like I said, you gotta look how it seems so. Like you told me now, it's 13 years. We've all grown. You know, most of them are married. Um, Rachel and Brendan, I talk to them a lot.
Yeah, I was
Um,
gonna say they're
yeah, I
pretty
talk to them a
involved with
lot. We're
Rachel's
really,
very involved.
yeah, we're really. I mean, I have to be honest with you. When we got up, pretty much everybody was still. I mean, we were. It was a game, and we knew it. And we were close, and I mean, we were the only show that I think we were the last ones that had Showtime after dark.
Oh, were you the last ones?
I think so. And
Yeah.
when we were on Showtime, I mean, those episodes that really brought us close. Like we separated ourselves from the game. Like we would play the game during the day, and then it would be like downtime. Like let's don't think about the game. We would talk about each other's personal life. We would talk about, we would do fashion shows with my clothes. Oh my gosh. I mean,
I love it.
I would have to post some of the pictures that we used to have. I mean, we have great pictures of us like having fun and just not even talking about the game. And
Mm-hmm.
us playing the game that Dominic had us playing, Big Booty.
What?
Yeah, we played Big Booty.
Oh,
You
what
got
is
look
that?
it
Am I
up.
missing something?
I want the fans to look it up. If true fans to look up when season 13 will play Big Booty on Showtime after dark.
I
That
watched those feeds and I do not remember this, but
oh, okay. You need to do some history looking. Yeah, and
clearly
that was a
I
game. That was a
have a
game
terrible memory.
we played every night and everybody loved it.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Now I'm like, yeah, everyone knows my memory is not the best, but wait, hold on. When you went in there, this is what I need to know. When you went in there and you're like, okay, and then they're bringing in Jeff and Jordan and Brendan and Rachel and Dick and Danny. You watched the show before. You knew these people. Like, what was your reaction? Were you
Fan
excited?
boying, fan boying. I would never forget. Yeah, when they kept walking in each, I was like, my heart was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because they were legends. All of them were legends.
Did you worry about your game, or were you like, I don't care. Let me
No,
try to. Yeah.
no, no. I was like, I'm gonna talk to. I'm gonna talk to. Yeah, they were
Okay.
legends. I mean, come on, like, and I think that was the best thing about my experience there too. I was able to meet some of the players that I saw and that I, were like, wow, these are, and I was actually able to play with them and to become lifelong friends with them. That's,
Yeah.
that you would never be able to take away from being able to play that game, playing Big Brother. Like I'm always that person, even for my season, after my season, every season I do this. I reach out to everyone who gets voted off and everyone
Oh,
who played a game just to welcome to the family. I don't care how long they've been on there, even if it's on there for a short time. I welcome them. I go into their DMs and welcome to the family and let them, kind of familiarize them, of course, who I may be. Like, especially after 20 years, you're like, okay, hi, but 9 times out of 10, they all know who I am. They'd be like, thank you so much for reaching out for me. And I'm like, I understand what you're going through right now because you're coming back into reality and it's hard. I would
it's
tell
not
anybody,
normal. It's
it's
not a
not
normal
normal. It's
experience.
not. It's scary. And I can't imagine in this day and age right now how it is for them to get off of the show and not have no one to know that feeling of them getting off the show and trying to get back into reality because now they have these fans on social media that may have tried to dig up stuff about them, may have tried to do a lot of stuff, investigation. See, that didn't happen to us. And I
Mm.
feel like, well, a lot of people be like, well, that's the price they pay for going on a show. And, yeah, that's the price they do pay. But I mean, this social media and them, exposing everything that they may not want to be exposed before they even get out the house. It's just horrible. Like
It can be a lot. Yes.
yeah, it could be a lot mentally. It could
I
be a
try to
lot.
I try to give them grace cuz like again, people make mistakes and I'm not talking about certain
Yes.
people, but
Yes.
there are, people if someone's a jerk or something in the house, like, give them a little grace when they come out to like watch their season, see how they acted, see rectify with themselves. I
Right.
always say that. I think, the fans love to be the, judge, jury, and executioner on some of these
Yeah.
things. And it's like,
Yeah.
for some people, it's deserved. But,
Yeah. And
not.
hey, don't get me wrong. For some people, it is deserved.
Yeah.
But you have to remember, these people are entertaining you. And I mean, the price that they pay just to do that and to be chosen for that and to be ridiculed or judged by that, only because you're watching them from a lens of entertainment and also from an edited lens. Let's put that out there. An edited lens. I feel like there should be some grace.
Yeah.
I just look at the past like 10 years, even since I've seen some. I'm like, whoa. Like, you got to think about it. We were all able on my season to be able to get jobs in the entertainment industry. We would still be able to have our jobs if we had them. Now, as it's progressed, some people can't even come back to a normal life anymore. Some people come back and they don't even have a job because of some of the things that they've done on these shows. And I feel so bad for them because it's so microscopic now versus when I was on it. So
yeah, different time for sure as well.
yeah.
Some of the seasons don't hold up as you would think with the jokes and stuff. And
Right.
I mean, but even if you go back and watch like early episodes of Friends, I cringe sometimes because I'm like, ooh, this is how we used to be in the 90s, but that's what it was. So
Oh, I can't wait till we start talking about this season because I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna lie to you. And I think that's why it's got a lot of half fans, half people like, I don't like this season. I think this season has been the most played like old school season
yes,
in a long
100%.
time.
100%.
In a long time. And I say that because number one, the characters the people that they picked to be on here were excellent.
Yep,
It's
I agree.
diverse,
I
everything,
like it.
but also the age difference, but also because a lot of them also have watched Big Brother from the beginning.
Mm.
You have to think about that. And then some people, they haven't watched it at all. And that's another thing I have. Like, we had to watch all of the seasons when I was
Sequester.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't
A
really
lot of
do
these
that
people, a lot of these
anymore.
people go on there and they don't even. I haven't watched the season before. I never watched it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing from a fan point of view. But I just say I don't think it's on a fair playing level as it was when it was with me, because like everybody on the show knew about Big Brother.
There were more diehard fans back then and less recruits for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
Okay. But like I said, this season though, I am hooked. When I tell you,
who are your favorites? Let's go. Let me hear it. Who are you liking?
I'm not gonna lie. Liking? My favorite, oh my gosh, Cedric.
Oh,
I fell in love with Cedric. He was like a little brother to me. I was like, oh, look at my little brother. He going, and I was like, when he got voted off, oh, I know. But here's the thing.
Well, you know.
No. Okay, let's talk.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. The elephant in the room. Please let's talk about it. Okay.
Okay.
It's gonna be in my. I'm gonna be honest with you. It will be more in detail in my biography.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you, because like you said, that's the key thing I always get when I see people. They're like, "Why did?" Okay, I want you to take me and then you take Cedric. Let's do that.
Okay. Well,
you have to think about this. When you go into that house, your mind is like, you're in it. You're in the game. You're in the game. When you get hooked with people who will have your back, no matter what, and you think they're gonna have your back, you're gonna say that. You're gonna say anything. You're gonna say, "I'll be a pawn." Because I know y'all gonna take me off. But as I know, during the night, people start discussing like, well, maybe we should take him off or vote him out, because you know why? He volunteered. But not only that, there's certain things that were said before I even said I will do that. And it was just like, I'll be a pawn because you know what? That's easy for you all because I know you got my back. and then y'all can backdoor do whatever to such and such. You know what I mean? And that's your process of thinking when you're in there. And
So
so
that was Kalia's for HOH, and that was like I
right.
think it was the first time sort of the newbies got an HOH, right? Like
Exactly. It was the first time we all got
yeah.
yes. Yes.
So
And
were
so
you
her being my partner, I knew
yeah.
that she would have my back. I was like, oh yeah, she's gonna have my back regardless. I said, so I just give her help her out.
Mm.
That wasn't the case. And I was so hurt. I was so hurt because the day of that we were that I was on when I was on the block, I had a conversation with Danny.
Mm.
And Danny would realize, she was like, you don't want to be off the block. I know you just said it just to be saying it, or, but I know you don't want to be off the block. I know you want to be off the block. I know I want you. I was like, you don't want to be up. I was like, no. And then it was just. But here was another thing too. It was a lot of it was mental because it was just a lot going on outside the house for me that I kept thinking about. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kept thinking about my job. I kept thinking about, the things I might have been saying, or it was a lot going on in my head. It was just a lot.
Was
And
there
that's
also a lot of talk about like, oh, I mean, obviously later we see Pandora's box, but was there a lot of talk about like, oh, there might be what's the next twist, and is that
and the
why
next
you?
twist, and that was the next twist too. And we were all like, there maybe could be superpowers. Yes, there's gonna be superpowers. So we pumped each other up when we, and that's
So
why I was like,
people were encouraging you, like, you know what, Lawon?
no, they weren't even encouraging me. I encouraged myself. I was like, well, it
Yeah.
might be in that box, superpowers. I said, come on.
I mean, listen, the one thing I will say is that it's not out of the realm of possibility for Big Brother.
Exactly.
Do I think you should have done it? No, but do
No.
I think it's out of the like
No.
it could never happen? No, I mean they've done crazier stuff.
Yeah. And so here's the funny part though. I never watched my season.
I was gonna ask you
I've never
why.
watched my season. And everybody's like, I don't know. Because I said I lived it. I've watched it. I mean, I lived it in my mind. And I said, I just don't want to see myself. I said,
It's
because
hard.
it's
Yeah.
hard. I think it's hard. Not only that, when I got out the house, I felt really bad about myself because due to the fact that people were saying, you made a dumb move, the dumbest move ever, and it started messing with me mentally. I'll be honest.
It would mess with me. Like
Yeah,
I think
I'll
it
be
would mess
honest
with
with you.
anyone.
And
Yeah.
so it kind of put me in a dark place for a minute because I was like, dang, I really did mess up, huh? And I think that's another reason why I didn't never watch it, or I won't watch it, because I feel like at that point in my life, that was a dark place for me after I got out the house, because I really felt bad for myself because everybody kept telling me, you made a stupid move, but we love you.
Yeah.
But you made dumb. And I kept hearing that for years. I'll be honest with you, I kept hearing that for years. Then it died down, but then all of a sudden, I guess people realized like they understood as the games progressed. I mean, your mind is just like you saying. People be like, and now it's like, you never put yourself in the pond because you never get voted. You'll get voted off. But the same thing happened with Cedric. I was like, no, don't put yourself up. I was like, oh no, don't do it, please. And he had the confidence too, that he knew that they had his back. He knew that. He knew that they had his back. And I was like screaming at the TV too, because I was like,
yeah,
man, I was like, little brother, they're gonna do you the same way they did me. They're gonna vote you out. And they did. And I'm gonna tell you something. That was one of my downfalls when I watched it this season. That was one of the heart-wrenching. I hated it because I know how he felt. I
and
did. I know.
his exit interview too with Julie.
Oh,
It was. I started tearing up.
Because with me, I never forget, she hit me with
yes.
She said, why did you do that? And I was like, I know. It's just like, we loved you. And I was like, I know. And it's just like, I know. And so with him doing that, I know the feeling that she felt with him too. And then I felt the feeling he felt. You really feel like, I mean, you want to cry because it's like, nobody was even thinking about you, Lawon. Nobody was thinking about you. And then when you did that, that's when everyone's like, okay, well, then maybe we should kick him out. And I think that's another reason why I don't want to watch it.
Why? Because you don't want to,
I don't want to see
diary rooms.
Yeah. Well, no, I know. I mean, but yeah, I just know. Because then when we all got the house, everybody was like, we weren't even gunning for you. I was like, what? It's
I
like we
mean,
weren't even,
Lawon, you could have made it far. I mean,
it's like we
again,
weren't even thinking about you. And I was like,
yeah.
I know it's okay. But like I said, the experience I would never forget. And I love all the Big Brother producers, the Julie Chen. I mean, I hold them to like their memory that I would never forget. And I mean, even I'll be honest with you. I want to be a reindeer. I want to be a reindeer. I would love to be one of those one to come back and be like, uh, I would do a hosting thing. I would give them fashion every time I come out on
Well,
reindeer
I was
day.
gonna ask about OTT because you did make a cameo on OTT,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, came on OTT, and but my now I would love to come back to do like the reindeer game.
That could
I
be
would.
fun.
Oh yeah, I would do. I'm just hosting, not
Okay, just
participating.
hosting. Okay,
Just
got it, got it,
hosting now,
got it.
being one of the L's, with my little nice little tuxedo, red and green tuxedo, and
But
nice
wait,
shoes.
but wait, Lawan, what about a season for all the people that volunteered to be on the block and went
Now
home?
that's funny. But
I mean, there's probably a lot of them.
okay,
There's gotta be. Gotta be
yeah,
plenty of people.
or second chances. Like, come on,
Yeah, something like that.
second
Yes.
chance. Okay, I'll be honest with you. If it was, I couldn't do it a whole summer.
It's a lot.
No, that's a lot. I mean, people don't realize it's a mental. I'm telling you, it's very mental. Now I can understand now too. Like it's very mental,
Yeah.
and
It's not normal. Like I said, it's a weird sort of mental experiment. I don't know what you want to
and then
call
I
it.
think also it also varies on where you are in your stage of life too. Like I'm in
Mhm.
my career. I have a great career. I mean, I mean, I'm not trying to get on there and then get a blue check or whatever on my social. That I
Yeah.
mean, hey, I mean, hey, I like I said, I love my Big Brother family. I love my reality family basically because I mean, everybody, through that era when I came on, I mean, we're all still. I mean, I talked to people from the challenge and the road rules and all that.
I
So
used to love Road Rules in Real
me
World. I was a
too.
diehard fan.
And so I mean, for me to be in this, just that, even that community forever is, I mean, it's great for me. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, people always ask, would you do it again? Would you? I'm gonna be honest with you. Hosting, yes, I would do it. As far as doing it again, as far as participating and being active and doing it, I don't think so. I just, like I said, my
Lawan,
mental.
I don't know. I feel like if you got the call, you would be you would definitely consider it.
I
Come
would.
on.
Okay, let's stop. I would. I
You
would.
would.
I would. I'm not gonna lie. I would. I would. I
Yeah.
would. I mean, I'll be an OG.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be an OG and do it just for one more round. I would. I would. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't? Everybody say, I never do it again. They lying. They would.
Give them a few years. It takes a few years to get over the experience, and then you're kind of like, that was cool. Maybe I should do.
Well, I'll
Like,
be honest with you. Watching the games, I'll
mm,
be like, dang. Like I feel, ooh. Yeah, so it makes you be like, ooh, if I and like I said, I think I also would do it again just to see how I've changed in my thought process of getting to the finish line. So
you're
yeah,
different. You're a different person. I mean, this is
I'm a
13 years
different. Oh, I'm
ago.
totally different person now. Like, yeah,
People mature in age, and you honestly get
yeah,
smarter, if anything. So,
yeah.
like,
But to answer your question, I would. I ain't gonna lie, I would. I would.
I love it.
I
I love
would.
it.
I
Well,
would,
wait.
fans. I would do it. I would do it.
We're starting. I mean, we're getting a roster together here. Maybe second chances. I just talked to Devin. He said he would do second chances. He's like, they wouldn't ask me, but only if we do second chances. And I'm like, it could
You
be a
never,
fun
okay.
season.
Expect the unexpected. Like I said, I would love to play with Devin. He was my brother too. I love him. I love him. When I
He's
seen
a
that, I
nice
was
guy.
like, oh my gosh. But
Yeah.
yeah, like those type of people like Devin, Jody, like,
Oh,
oh
Jody.
man, I would love, yeah, like you said, second chances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to ask this because some people come into the house, they didn't have a great edit, or they didn't like the way, or they had a bad experience with America. And it's tough, and I've talked to a lot of players about this. You've just always sort of been this positive light, this fun, energetic person. When you came out of the house and people are saying these things to you like, oh, stupid move, stuff like, when did it shift for you when you were like, you know what, I can embrace Big Brother because I love it and I had a fun experience, and just how did you become, I suppose, like as happy and personable as you are when you maybe didn't have the best sort of reaction when you got out of the house, if that makes sense?
Oh, immediately right after the show.
I had a feeling because
It was
you
my.
just
It's
don't.
immediately. It was me. It's immediately right after the show. It was just like, you're fine. Like,
Yeah.
Lawon, you were you. The biggest thing that I wanted to take away from that show, and I proved it, and that's why I said I was a winner, is I wanted people to see who I truly really was. I didn't want to go on there and be another evil dick or any other person besides Lawon. And I was
Mm,
able to show that. And even through my edits that I've been told, they showed that I was myself. And I think that's what kept me going.
yeah.
Yeah.
And a
My
lot of
edits were, and I'm not gonna lie, I know some of my edits were not the best because of leading up to me being on the block. I do know that because I believe that if people saw the live feeds, they would have realized and know why I put myself up. If
I
that makes
mean,
sense.
yes, if you watch the live feeds, you can see
Right,
that.
but only if you watch the live feeds, though. Only if you watch the live feeds. So I
Well,
just
you know, on the edit, they're gonna lean into,
we
oh,
know
look at
that.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we know
you know
that.
that's
Yeah.
it.
And
Yeah.
so, but that's what I really, yeah, it was really like, Lawon, you're okay. And then I just started just being LaWonderful,
No,
because
okay.
I went back to, what they called me in the house. And, I never forget, Shelly was like, we got to think of a nickname for you. And I was like, what? And she's like, you're so always dressed up. She said, we're going to call you Handsome Fied. Shelly was the one who gave me that nickname.
Oh,
Shelly
I didn't
Moore.
know that.
I love
See,
her. Shelly.
I need to do
Uh,
a rewatch. Where's
yeah,
Shelly these days?
I believe she's still in New Orleans,
Okay.
but Shelly gave me that nickname, Handsome Fied. And
Mm.
then because of my energy, like you say, in the house, they start calling me LaWonderful. And I was like, okay. And so I remember those key things when I got out the house. And then when I was hearing all people was like, you made a dumb move, or how fans was doing all that stuff. And then I just, every time I would hear that, I would spin it around, and then people would be like, "We love you, though," and so that's why I was like, "I'm okay."
That's basically what it is, Lawon. I think the fandom's like, dumb move, but like Lawon's amazing. He's so fun. Like, I give you credit because I don't know if I was getting that criticism that I would handle it as gracefully as you did. So
So yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, and so I mean, and I think that's why again I love the fans. I do.
Mm,
Every time I go to these premieres and these finales, and I see I see fans who have had kids since our season, and they have
that's
their
yeah.
kids say, "My parents watched you. Can I take a picture with you?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh,
Is
that's so sweet."
this how old we are? What's going
I
on?
know, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah.
Wait, so there's a bunch of other things I want to ask you about. Just like, for
No,
example, when there was a chance for you to get back in the house against Brendan, were you like, this is gonna be impossible? Did you feel like you
yes,
had a chance? Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
I was like, this is gonna be impossible. This is,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, he won like so many vetoes at that point too, and a
yeah. He
bunch
had
of
won so
stuff.
many videos at that point. Yeah, I doubted myself, so I know. Okay, what I will say is this too. I know I wasn't good in no competitions. I ain't gonna lie. I know I wasn't, but I will say I know my social game was on point.
That's fair. Yep.
What I will say is, and I said this too as the game was going along. I was like, I some people you don't have to win competitions to be the winner of Big Brother. So I just used my personality. I was just like, I know that everybody was liking me. I know everybody didn't. They might say, "Oh, he never wins in the competition," but I like him around. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's when I knew when I got off the show. I did watch it a little bit when I was off the show, and they were like, I wish Lawon was here. They were having like Lawon moments. I was like, yeah, should have kept me on there.
I mean, it's a couple of things. One, I think it's way more impressive for a social player to win over a competition beast.
Okay.
I think competition beasts, we need them, but we also need fun players who are really social, and so I think we'd like the balance. So I actually, yeah, I kind of value the social game more than I do comp wins.
Yeah.
Because then, not anyone could win a comp, but
Right.
a certain type tend to win comps. It's changed a little bit over the years, but
Right.
so okay, so the Brendan thing. I know it was after you left, but there was a lot of talk of your season. people with the Pandora's box being really convenient. And what did you think about the twistier season? Do you think they were a little like, were they in favor of certain people? Like, what were your thoughts on that? Or you
Looking
think it was
back
fair?
on it, looking back on it, I think it was fair, but I think at the time, looking back on it as well, I honestly think that it was more in favor of the old school people, which would be me now. I think it was more in favor of the old school people. I mean,
Yeah.
because they were just a lot of them had just came off of seasons, they had just came off fresh. And of course, I would think that the audience would want, and even I think even the show would want the older seasoned people to be, running the house, and let's see if they can win again, or just see if they can win, you know. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think it was old school favor. I really do. Like I said,
Yeah.
me now. So I think it's old
Yeah.
school. It was old school favor at the time. And
Yeah.
we were just trying to be in the big leagues. We wanted to be in the in crowd, as we all know, everybody that was new, they were all trying to be with
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
OGs, which we found out eventually. But it's funny now looking back. But yeah, I think it
I
was like,
don't Yeah, I don't usually speculate about that kind of stuff, but I distinctly remember I think it was
but for
Portia's
our season, I
HOH.
do. Yeah,
Oh, but like they brought back the duo twist for like 1 week when Rachel
never
and Jordan
that.
were on the block, and I was like, okay, what's going on here? That was the one thing I was like, I don't know about
Yes,
that.
I was like, oh, get out of here, really?
Yeah, it was a little
And
convenient.
and like
Like
they
I was
could not get on the block. Like they didn't play the game for like half of the season.
like, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. That one was a little
Yeah.
but
And like,
wait.
I don't know. It's I look back on it now, like you really making me reminisce. This is funny. And it's like, yeah, from now to AI right now, it's crazy to me. And I think that's why I like this season, because now it's this new mixture of AI, but these players are playing old school. Like Tucker, he doesn't care. He's just like, bring it on. And I'm gonna tell about all of you guys' alliances. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love every minute of it.
Me
I do.
too. I
And then,
mean,
but look, and I'll be honest with you, Angela, TV gold
yeah,
for me.
100%.
I'm just saying TV
Same.
gold. And people are just like, oh no, this is not the way Big Brother should be played. But then I look and be like, okay, who was this telling? And then I'm like, they didn't even watch the older seasons. And that's what I have a problem with, because I think it's a half and half of fans. They don't like this season because they feel like they're too aggressive. And I'm like, watch some other seasons before this. Like, watch 8 through 13, or watch 1 through 13, and see how they were playing it. They were cutthroat. I mean, come on. You think about
And
like
messy for no reason sometimes,
messy
which
for
is
no
so fun.
reason. Messy
Which I
for no
love.
reason. And Angela and Tucker, they bring that to the game. I feel like, Angela doesn't care what she says, and I really honestly feel Angela is being herself. But I will say this: I don't think Angela is as mean as I think what she's doing right now. I think it's a facade. I really don't think in real life she's not like that. And I think that's what's damaging for her, because people are going to want her to be the same way like she is in the house, and she's not. Come on, she's on TV. I just really
Maybe,
feel like they're giving her the runaround because they want. I mean, I just feel like, and her being an older player, but
yeah, that's what I was gonna
but here,
say.
but here's another thing. She's an older player, but she's an OG. She's watched every season.
Mm.
Think about this. She's a fan.
Also, though, I don't like the fact that if she was younger, people would probably be
They wouldn't
standing
say,
her
I don't think they
more.
would say that.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think? I don't think they
I
would say that.
I think they would like her if she was younger. I think they're putting
Mm-hmm.
her in a box because she's the older woman on the
Yep.
cast. And when
Yes.
she's messy or not
Yes.
doing something correct, they're like, I don't know. I love messy TV, and Angela and Tucker bring it for me. I know not everyone likes them.
I
That's
know.
totally fine.
But I
But it's
think they're good
fun.
TV. Well, here's the thing. I think they're good TV, and I feel like, and they're playing the game. I mean, it's just like back and forth. And I love just the whole the gist of the game this year. Like, everybody has to play, basically. Everybody has to play, and everybody eventually is going to be up.
Mm-hmm. And then you have some
And
floaters too. Like we used to have, like Leah and MJ are sort of like
I
floating
love.
around.
Let me tell you something. And I loved Core. Oh,
Oh yeah.
I think she's a surprise weapon for us. I feel like we haven't seen nothing for her. Like she's one of those ones I think like, oh my gosh, I just yeah.
I'm worried about her though because she's so smart and so like
I
almost like
know.
you don't can't read her that I think at some point someone's got to wake up and be like she's like basically the smartest person here. So I
I
don't
don't
know. We'll
know. I'm
see.
telling
We'll
you,
see.
when you're in that house, you don't even think like I'm telling
Yeah,
you, they've been in there for 36 days. I think 36.
probably about right.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
mean, we're
exactly.
we're halfway in the season, and
Mm,
just imagine being there and away from your loved ones. And I mean, every day you're talking about game, you're trying to strategize game. Like I said, we had breaks because mentally we were just like, no, let's don't talk about game, y'all. We're gonna do game night. We're gonna do something. We're gonna eat dinner together, and we didn't talk about game. But then, okay, game on. Like we knew when it was
mm,
time to talk game and not talk game. But I feel like um as the seasons have kept going and going and going, people are really like, I mean, some people get off these seasons and they don't speak to each other. Like it's like, I'm like,
yeah, there's
you know,
tension.
it's a lot of tension. Like, I don't talk to this person. I'm like, it was just a game. But then I had
Yes.
to think about their game and their season. And I'd be like, okay, I can understand, it's different times, different levels. But I just feel like when it comes to like playing any like reality game and you can't put that aside, it was a game and you don't even talk to these people no more. Only because of the game move they may have made, or probably because you didn't work with them in the game. I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a difference between people like drifting away a little bit and you kind of see them once in a while like a high school friend versus actively hating someone. I mean, again, I also don't fault people if something personal happened in the
Oh
game
yeah.
and they
Oh
are
no.
upset.
No, 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 no. I don't fault none of that. But something personal happened on the game and y'all,
Yeah,
I
that's
get it.
different. That's
I get
different.
it. I call it BB hurt.
BB
When you're
hurt?
BB hurt, someone has to put the band-aid on it. And sometimes it's
Mm,
just like some people just fall off of the radar of BB, Big Brother, everything. And I get it because they want their life back. But I
mm,
always feel like once a person gets on Big Brother, I don't care how long they've been on there or what have you, their life will never be the same.
yeah,
It
no.
won't. I mean, because you put yourself out there to be on a reality show, and especially how popular reality shows are right now, and
Yep.
for you to have fans, you have people that watched you and loved you or just was attentive to you, and then you get off the show and you think your life is going to be normal. It's not. It's just not.
Yeah.
I don't feel like my life has been good. Don't get me wrong. It's been good since I've been on Big Brother. And Big Brother gave me a lot of opportunities for me. So Big Brother was good for me. And being a part of the family is good for me. But for some people, I feel bad that they don't get that type of, you know, feeling when they get off the show. And I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Um
That's why I call it BB hurt. BB
that's
hurt.
that makes sense. There's a couple more things I want to ask you about BB13. One, you had just missed being on the jury, which is basically where we are at right now in the game, right?
Right.
So, what who would you have voted for though? Rachel or Portia if you were on the jury?
I would have voted for Rachel.
You would have.
I was Rachel's cheerleader.
Mm.
Again, go back and watch again. When Rachel was winning and losing, and she was like all spazzed out sometimes, and Rachel would have these breakdowns.
Oh, I remember.
I would be the one to go over and comfort her, no matter what. And she would always be like, "Lawon, you always encourage me." She'll tell you, I did. I would
Mm.
encourage her. I'd be like, "Girl, just because these people don't like you, girl, don't worry about that, girl. I should be not liking you either." I said, but it's a game. And
Yeah.
she'll brush herself off and she'll get back into the game again. And yeah, that's why
I love Rachel.
I'm be honest with you. People can talk about Rachel as a BB player and try to get personal about it. But what I can say, Big Brother Rachel, for me, she will always be my sweetheart. She will always be a
Yeah.
friend of mine because even when we played the game, Rachel, I tried to encourage her and I made to try to make sure, like you saying, I mean, I was doing that in the house when I was supposed to be trying to win myself, but I was inspiring her and encouraging her. And we talk about that when she won and she got off the show. I did an interview with her from one of my school projects. And she even said, she's like, Lawon, you encouraged me to win, even when you didn't even when you were supposed to be trying to win. And I mean, that's again, that's my personality. And it was just, you know.
I love that. Did you think the vote was going to be as close as it was between Portia and Rachel?
No,
No.
no, I didn't. And that's why I'd say, like, I feel like this was towards the OGs because
Mm.
no, because everybody switched up at the end that night. It was like, they're gonna vote for Rachel.
Wait, so yeah, tell me about that because I'm trying to remember who was supposed to vote for Portia then, or
I'm
who
trying, I
do we remember?
look, we don't remember. I ain't gonna lie, I don't remember, but I just know it was real close. I mean, it was supposed to be real close, and all of a sudden, everybody was Rachel. Rachel wanted it. They wanted Rachel to win.
Yeah, so
But I
Danielle voted for Portia, which doesn't surprise me because I know,
remember, yeah,
yeah, Kalia and Adam were the other Portia votes. Did those surprise you or no?
no, no,
Hmm.
mm-mm,
Okay.
no,
Mm,
because we was in it together, no matter what. Old school versus new school. So no, that didn't surprise me.
fair.
No.
What what was your best memory from playing Big Brother that summer?
My
But
best memory was when it was one night when me and Jordan was at the sauna at the hot tub, and everybody else was just they was talking, and Jordan had asked me. She's like, "So Lawon," she's like, "Do you have a girlfriend or what's your girlfriend?" She said, "What's your girlfriend like back home?" And I remember looking at her and I was like, "Girl, I ain't got no girlfriend. What are you talking about, girl?" I said, "What, a boyfriend? Girl, I'm trying to find me a boyfriend. What are you talking about?" And she's like,
okay.
"Oh." And I started talking about me being gay in the
Mm.
Black community. And everybody was so mesmerized by my story about me being gay and coming from, just being Black and gay. And even back then, it's hard to come out,
And
you
we
know.
didn't see that much on TV, even in
And we never saw that
2011.
much on TV, but in that scene or whatever, they claim, well, in the outside world, that was my coming out story.
Mm.
And I was like, really? I would think everybody thought I was gay or whatever. But when I got off the show, I had people coming to me and was like, the story that you told to Jordan regarding you being gay, it brought me to tears. And it was like,
Mm.
thank you for telling me that it's okay to be gay because I was going to take my life that night. Like I've had those type of conversations with fans. And
Wow.
that's what the most memorable time for me on the show is me telling about me being gay and being gay in the Black community and being able to accept who I was and being able to accept me being the best gay Black man I could be. And I said it on national TV on Big Brother. And I
Yeah.
think that was
Wow.
one of my most memorable moments.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I know I briefly touched on the OTT cameo, but how did that come about? Did they just call you up and were like, "We
Oh
need you"?
yeah. They called me up. They called me up and were like, is this what you want to do? And yeah. And
That's fun.
yeah, and I went on there, and yeah, it was great. Like I said, I mean, my experience with Big Brother is fantastic. Like I said, they're gonna always have a special place in my family and my heart.
I love
The
that.
fans too. The fans, I love the fans. I like I tell you, I still post stuff about my career. I post stuff like when it comes to Big Brother premieres and all that, and I post it. But I'm not on there like on a daily, like on there like trying to. That's not me. But I
Yeah, yeah,
always
yeah,
post
yeah.
like inspirational things and stuff that's coming on in my life that's inspirational and try to give a positive light to people. And I've had those same amount of fans since Twitter and all the social media started, and I feel like that's a blessing for me because
It's
it's
so
like,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
they never dropped, and that's so
That-
funny to me. I mean, it may not be that many to some now, but to me, it's still a lot because I'm like, whoa, all
Yeah.
these people follow me to see what I'm doing every day. Yeah,
So over the years, like, has there been other reality shows that you were interested in doing, or you were like, I'm taking a break from reality TV?
yeah, there is one I would want to do.
Which one?
The Circle.
Oh, you'd be great on the Circle, Lawan.
I want to do the Circle.
Would you play yourself or a catfish or what?
I'll play myself.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
Why the circle?
The social dynamics behind it, and I just feel like I would be good at it. I do. I feel like I'd be good at it.
You'd
And I
be
don't know if
fun.
I don't even know if I would be myself, but I think I will be myself because I don't think, yeah, I would be myself.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I don't know. I never know what the best strategy is because some people
Right.
there's been catfishes who win, and then there's been, I don't know what the best
I don't know,
strategy
but
is, but
I mean, yeah, I'll be honest with you. Yeah. I would love to do the circle and another thing that people probably don't know, but it's not even a reality show though, but I would do the circle and I would do the voice. I love to sing.
did I know you sang? I feel like I did, but then I
Oh, did
don't
you? I don't
remember.
know, but I would do the voice.
Wow. Why
Yeah.
haven't you done that? It's been on for years.
I don't know.
Do the
Yes.
Masked Singer, Luan.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
That'd be fun.
I would do the Masked Singer because nobody would ever suspect me to be
Oh
to be the
yeah.
Masked Singer, and I was on Big Brother. They would never guess that. I
No,
mean,
that's
the
true.
clues I would give them, yeah, yeah.
Julie Chenbot. I don't know what the clues would be.
I don't know. I want to do the sing. I would like to do the circle, the Masked Singer, and ultimately the voice.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as we wrap up here, Luan, I know we've touched on this before, and you say, I'm sure you got on lists. If you Google your name, it's on lists of worst moves, whatever. And I'm sure there's other people on that list. But when you sort of look at those things, do you smile? Do you laugh? Are you like, oh, I don't want to be on this list? I think I know the answer to this, but yeah, like how do you just, I guess, deal with any negative feedback that you may or may not get
I
sometimes?
laugh
Yeah.
and smile about it because I know it's not me, and I know I'm not a negative person. So whoever said those things, whoever did that, I'd be like, I love you, boo.
Kill them with kindness.
Yeah.
And then to wrap up, like, because you're such a positive person, and I do think it's sort of rare to find that, especially in Big Brother, what advice would you give to someone who's coming out of the house, like a Cedric, like someone who maybe did something that, okay, wasn't best for their game and got a lot of hate for it? Like, what is your best advice for someone who's experiencing that nowadays when they come out of reality TV?
Take your time and focus on yourself.
Mm.
Get back to who you were and get to know who you were again because you have changed. You have changed for the better.
Mm-hmm.
So I would tell them, take some time for yourself because self-care is the best care. Take some time for yourself.
I love that, Lawon. I love that. That's a great way to end. And one more thing. Who's your winner pick this season? Let's get that out of the way. I want to see. I don't have one, so I'm just being.
I'll be honest with you. I want Takor. I'll be honest with you. Takor.
I think it's a good pick. I don't think it's a bad pick.
Takor.
I think. Okay. We'll see. So for the listeners, please like and subscribe. I will be back with more interviews, and I just want to thank Lawon again for joining me.
Thank you so much.